The federal sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy trial of Sean Diddy Combs reached its conclusion on Wednesday, with a jury of 12 New Yorkers finding the music mogul guilty on 2 charges and not guilty on 3 charges. Given what the jury has found Combs guilty of, he faces a maximum of 20 years behind bars. The defense is asking that the court release Combs from federal detention, where he has been since his arrest last September. The jury has found Combs not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, not guilty of the sex trafficking of Cassandra Ventura, not guilty of the sex trafficking of Jane, guilty of the transportation to engage in prostitution related to Cassandra Ventura, guilty of the transportation to engage in prostitution related to Jane. Cassandra Cassie Ventura gave harrowing details of her time with Sean Diddy Combs in her testimony, including when he assaulted her in 2016 in a Los Angeles hotel corridor, which was caught on surveillance camera. Ventura also said that Combs would regularly threaten to publicize videos of her participating in his freak-offs. The freak-offs could last 2 to 4 days sometimes, with no sleep. Drugs would help them stay awake, Ventura testified. Still, she told the court, "I was in love and wanted to make him happy. And I didn't know what no could turn into." Ventura recalled that Combs had guns and safes in his multiple homes, which alarmed her. She cited one particular incident during which Combs made her carry one of the guns, something he did on multiple occasions, which terrified her.
The jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial says it has reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts against the hip-hop mogul. But the verdict hasn't been read and is not yet public. The judge encouraging the jury to keep deliberating on that final count, that last count, racketeering conspiracy. Now, racketeering conspiracy is the top charge on the indictment, count number 1. And the jury, relaying in a note to the judge Tuesday afternoon, they said they simply cannot come to a unanimous decision on that count. The foreperson writing that there are unpersuadable opinions amongst people on the jury, some for and some against convicting Combs on that first count. Now, the jury said it has reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. Counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, well, those are 2 charges of sex trafficking and 2 charges of transporting people or persons across state lines for purposes of prostitution. Now, in layman's terms, that means bringing 2 of his girlfriends and male sex workers to various places around the country and even internationally for drug-fueled sex marathons that have been referred to during the trial as freak-offs or hotel nights. Now, really, all of the charges in this case involve freak-offs or hotel nights to some degree. The 2 sex trafficking charges, there is one for former girlfriend Cassandra Ventura, the R&B singer who dated Combs for 11 years, and then another sex trafficking charge for a woman who testified under the name Jane. She dated Combs from 2021 until his arrest last year. Now, in the courtroom, there was word of a note handed up from the jury around 4:05 p.m. We saw Combs' lawyers huddling around him. He was sitting in a chair at the defense table looking morose. At one point, his lead attorney, Mark Agnifilo, stepped away from the table and came back with a piece of paper, what we presume to be the very note that the jury sent to the court, relaying that it had reached a partial verdict. Combs read the note very somberly. After proceedings ended for the day, he turned to his mother in the audience and said, "I'll be all right." He then tapped his chest and pointed at her, said he loved her, he loved the family that has been with him throughout this time in court, these 7-8 weeks of this trial. Now, Judge Arun Subramanian, he brought the jury into court before sending them home for the day. He said that they should continue deliberating on this outstanding charge, the unresolved charge, racketeering conspiracy. He reread instructions that he gave them just the day before, on Monday, before they started deliberating. He reminded them that they have a duty to deliberate and that they should keep an open mind as they go through this process. Jury deliberations on that final count will resume on Wednesday, and then if the jury reaches a verdict on that count, or if they come to the judge and say after many more deliberations they simply cannot reach a consensus, cannot reach a unanimous verdict, then we will find out what their verdict is on those 4 other counts.